I'm going to tell you how to massively increase the amount of lucid dreams you're having without any alarms. If you've done any research on lucid dreaming, you may have heard of a wake back to bed. This is basically waking up 4 to 6 hours after you normally go to sleep, doing a lucid dreaming technique, and then falling back asleep. Waking up 4 to 6 hours after you sleep, doing a technique, and then going back to sleep is a wake back to bed. This will massively increase the amount of lucid dreams you're having. Like, if you're doing it normal, if you're just doing a lucid dreaming technique before you go to sleep, that can definitely get you lucid. They can get you a lot of lucid dreams. If you combine the technique in a wake back to bed 4 to 6 hours after sleeping, then go back to sleep, the amount of lucid dreams you're having will just skyrocket if you're doing the technique properly. And this works because 4 to 6 hours after you sleep is when your REM periods of sleep are about to start happening or are already happening. Your REM periods of sleep, your rapid eye movement periods, are the periods where you're having dreams, where you're having your most vivid and longer dreams 4 to 6 hours after sleeping. So if you wake up when your REM periods are about to start or you're in the middle of them, you do a technique, then fall back asleep, you're gonna go straight into a dream with a bunch of raised awareness. And if you did your technique properly, you're gonna have a very big chance of having more lucid dreams. This is like definitely something you need to do if you want a massive increase in lucid dreams. The issue is most people assume you need an alarm for this. Most people will think, like, why would I want to wake up 4 to 6 hours after sleep? That will mess up my sleep, obviously. Waking up in the middle of the night will mess up my sleep completely. The thing is though, you do not need an alarm to do a wake back to bed. In fact, I would recommend not using an alarm at all. Like, do not use an alarm. I've never used an alarm to do a wake back to bed. There are two very simple ways to do a wake back to bed without the use of any alarms. The first one is to drink a lot of water before you go to sleep. Drink more water than you normally would. And so in the middle of the night, you'll wake up because you have to piss. Then you'll go to the bathroom to piss in the middle of the night. Maybe you've already done this before in your life, but that's literally a wake back to bed right there. You walking to the bathroom to piss is the wake back to bed. Then after that, you get back in your bed, do a lucid dreaming technique, and then go back to sleep. The second option is using intention. Your brain kind of has an internal clock, and your body does as well. It's kind of keeping track of the time. You may have noticed that if you have to wake up for work or school, or you have to wake up at a certain time in the morning, you may wake up 5 or 10 minutes earlier than that happened. Than the time that where you're meant to wake up, sorry. You may wake up like 10 minutes earlier than when you're meant to wake up. That's because your mind kind of has like an internal clock and it's keeping track of the time. So before you go to sleep, like, you can try this tonight and comment down below if this works, because the people I've told to do this, it worked for like 90% of them. Before you're going to bed tonight, tell yourself, I will wake up at 4 a.m. Like, say it out loud or in your head. Just say it a few times. I will wake up at 4 a.m. I will wake up at 4 a.m. Or whenever 4 to 6 hours after your sleep is. Tell yourself you will wake up at that time and then just go to sleep normally. And there's a 90% chance it will work and you will wake up at like 4 a.m. or whatever. When you wake up, do a lucid dreaming technique and then fall back asleep. Obviously the technique can be anything. It can be wild, mild, SSI'd. Do a technique, fall back asleep. You'll have an insanely high chance of having a lucid dream. Now, everyone's gonna be different. You do not need to, in a wake back to bed, you do not need to go and like walk around for 2 hours and start reading a book if you don't want to. And I know a lot of YouTubers will suggest that. Wake up for half an hour or stay up for an hour and walk around and do all this crap. You don't need to do that. If you want to do that, cool, you can do that. Like, if you can get extra hours of sleep in the morning, or if you don't have anything important to do the next day, you can totally do that. Like, for me personally, I don't even leave my bed. Like, I wake up, my wake back to bed will be 5 minutes. I will be up for like a few minutes, and then just do wild until I fall back asleep, and I'll have like an 80% chance of having a lucid dream. Everyone's going to be different. Your wake back to bed can be 10 minutes, it can be 5 minutes, it could be an hour if you want. Experiment and see what works for you. But that's basically it. Wake up 4 to 6 hours after sleeping, do a technique, go back to sleep. You do not need any alarms. Despite what maybe you've been told, you do not need alarms to do this at all. In fact, don't even use an alarm to do it. Trust me, don't use an alarm. You probably won't notice any like effect on your sleep or energy at all if you're not staying up for a long time. So that's all I wanted to say. If you have any comments or feedback, leave them in the comments below. I'll read all of them. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe as always. And if you need an app for any lucid dreaming things, to dream journal or keep track of your lucid dreams or learn more about dreams, there's one in the description, and check it out. And yeah, bye. And join our Discord. Join our Discord in the description. Okay, bye.